Hey everyone, welcome back to this playlist on building our CMS. In the last video, we created a manual toggle for localization. In this video, we'll move forward by creating a post model, post migration, and building a filament resource. Not only that, we'll also see how we can play with enums in filament, right? And all the required information, including the code and setup, is available in the article linked in the description, so along with the GitHub repository, so you can follow along. Okay, so let's start. So first of all, we'll start by creating a model for our post, right? So let me go to my terminal and let me just zoom in. So php artisan make model and m. So this will now create, make model name is post /m -m. So this will create us the both post as well as the migration file. So you can see I have now the post and I have the migration file. So we'll first start with the migration and then we'll see what we can do regarding the post, right? So here I have already written the schema file which we have discussed in the first video of this series. So I will just try to copy from here. The first thing that we need is the title. So let me say the string title. Similarly, then I need slug, string slug, and then I need excerpt. So text exercpt excerpt nullable. So this is like short description, and same for like mainly used for SEO or something like that. So it is not compulsory. So the main thing that is useful for us is long text, that is, let's say, content. It should not be nullable. So after that we can what is there, featured image. Okay, table string, we can say feature feature image, it can be nullable. And similarly we can see post type, string type, and it should be default post, let's say post. So you may be confused what is this type for, right? So the reason for using type is, in the future, like if I am here in this page, if I go to about us, so they are commonly the post, right? But if I try to go to about us, then this is the page content. This is not a post. So actually with this we are just storing the same information in the same table, but just separating them with the type. And in future what we can do is we can create both resources. For example, if we have commonly two types, let's say post type as well as page type, then we can create a two resource, and I will show you how we can use them, right? So let's get back. So after that we need string, so status, which is enum here. Okay, but I don't want to make it enum. I will just make it status as a string, and default is draft. The reason for this is, for me not to do enum, is in future sometimes I have faced a problem like that. If I need any extra status, in case, for example, currently I have shown here draft, publish, schedule, private, trash, it's okay, perfect there. But in case, what if we need any other things status, then we need to recreate the migration file, right? We need to change that status. So that's why I don't want. But what we will do is, if we create here, then we can all validate from outside when we are creating the data, so it will be easier for us. So then of course the date time, publish state. I don't want to use that. And then author ID, perfect. Foreign ID, author ID, references ID on users, the one who write the blog. Then okay, parent ID is here, foreign ID, parent ID, references ID on post, so they are just for same thing. And then similarly we have comment status. Okay, boolean comment status, it is default true. So the comment status means in future when we will create the comment system, right, in our front-end integration, which is our plan, so we can just control that from here. If it's open, then we can show them, else we can close them. And then of course we can have integer short, right, default 0. We will have one extra integer view count, let's say, which is also by default 0, right, and then the timestamp is okay, perfect. So sort is to make them enable or to reorder them, of course, and view count is to count specific post views. Of course, for this is not used in Filament resource. We will control this when we are creating the front end part. And I think the next thing that we may need is after here one boolean flag. Let's create is featured, default false, right. So if you have any feature section in our front end and we want to show the post as feature, then we can control from here. So now this is our common migration. So here you can see I have not added two things. First, there is no any relation between post and category. Second, there are no any meta description SEO fields. So the reason for this is, if I add here, I can add like $table, foreign ID, category ID, right, references on category, that's okay. But what if the post belongs to multiple categories, right? For example, if I go back to here, so if I go back to home and let's me go here. Okay, everyone is in a same project, I think. Okay, maybe here I can see anything. Okay, here you can see this post is based on two categories. It is on PHP as well as it is on Project Hub. So if I do that, then it cannot store I cannot link between multiple tables. So for that, what we will create is, we will create a new table and use the belongs to many relation between post and categories. So one post can belongs to many category. So we'll do that in the next video. And again, related to meta title, meta description and meta keywords. So why I have not added that? So I think I have told in the video when we are creating the categories table too. Here also I have not added that. The reason for that is, see, categories will also have meta SEO fields, post will also have SEO fields, right? So in future we may have anything. For example, if I add a product resource, let's say in this system, so I want to sell products, I want to create a product resource. Of course the product can also have the SEO fields. So if I need to do now, for example, if I need to add SEO fields on products, then again I need to create a migration and add the same column name, right? Meta title, meta description, meta keywords. So instead of that, what we will create is, we will create a common polymorphic table, right? So So polymorphic table means a single model which can relate to multiple models, right? So we'll have post can have SEO tags through the same table, even category can also have, even in future if we have product, then product can also have. If you have any different kind of model that needs SEO fields, then they can have. So you can look at that. Of course we'll create a separate video on it in detail and we'll research at that time too. So, okay, let's continue. So let me migrate this. So if you think anything is missing, please comment down so we can continue on that. So let me go to post, and firstly I need to add label here. So for now I will just add guarded as empty to reverse that. So when I am pushing the code, then I will just add this and make it fillable and add those properties here, because I don't want to waste time on it. Okay, so let's continue to create a filament resource. PHP artisan make filament resource, and the resource name is post. Title attribute will be of course title. No, yes, okay, clear. So now let me close all, and if I go to post resource, here you can see now I can show you here also. I have post and it has already shown me all the columns because I have chosen that, right? And then similarly the new post section is also here. Perfect. So what we will do is, so text column, title, okay, I think let us go to form field first, right? So the first thing that we need to do is to make title and slug, and also the label part, right? So the format of our label is for localization resource dot it is post dot fields dot title. So I can just copy this and make it slug. Let me quickly do that. exercpt content, let me just feature image. Let me just first copy these quickly. I think short and these two things are not required. Parent ID, author ID, which is also not required in the form field, right? Status type is featured, and then featured image. So refresh. If I go back to my form, so now I can see everything in the content field. So for now I'll just work on this like this. So when I'm pushing the code in the git, I will update this to the lang file which we have already discussed, so I don't want to waste time on that part. So first of all, what we'll do is make it as slug. So for that, what we need here is after state updated, or we have already implemented the same thing here in form. So I can just copy this here from here, and I can paste it here, and I need to make it unique, right? And then I need to import set, which is this is correct, and str, which is from minute support str. Perfect. Right now if I go back here, let's write the content from this field. Okay, let's try to write this Laravel update or faster create. Let's see. Okay, Laravel update, I want to make it like this, right? So now the next thing that we will do here is to make this content as content field, right? Instead of this, what we can do is I will make this rich editor. Instead of text input, I will just use rich editor. So if I refresh here, now you can see I have got all the form fields that are required for me. Perfect. Code block is also here, bullet list, and then all the things are here. So after that, okay, this is featured image. Perfect. Let's just modify this form to look quite good. So here I'll just okay, leave them. So I'll just use grid make and then instead of grid I will use the grid of, let's say, 2 columns at first. So we'll make 2 columns, right? So in the schema, in the first grid, make 1, which will use the first space schema. So here I want to use, okay, title should be there. Let me first use comma here. So excerpt content, let me just put these 4 things after. Okay, let me format this, it's so unclear. Okay, this is for that, right? Yeah, you can paste it here, format document, and then let me refresh this. Okay, perfect. Title is here, fields log is here, excerpt is here, content is here. So the field type, which is very important, and I think we can keep it at maybe first before anything, because we need to know about the type, which is most important. Perfect. Then feature image is featured. Okay, let's create another grid for here. Grid make 1 schema, and then let's push the next other things we can copy from here, and let us paste it here, and let me format this. So refresh. Perfect. Now it is quite clear. I think currently, due to this lang also, it's not looking good, but okay. And then we can make these 2 columns, toggle columns at same place, right? And then let me refresh this. Okay, featured image, this we have draft, featured, oh, published state, it should be published state, and we can say default now to pre-fill this. Perfect. Okay, everything is now perfect, I think. So if I paste this, okay, it is creating that content. Excerpt, we have excerpt, we have now the content, right? We can extend that. Perfect. So I think the form is now perfect. So let's first work with the status. So for that we will just use the command php artisan make enum, let's say post status. Okay, so its return type will be string. So what are the cases that we may have? For now I can say we have either draft, right, draft. So for me, I feel easy when writing with caps lock, capital, so it's all totally depend on you. So we can say published, right? Yeah, for now I think these are the only things. So in future, if you want to update this and create like a feature of scheduling a post, then we can just add the new status here. Perfect, right? So, and now how we can use this, right? So to use this, it is very simple. If we use this normally, we used to have to do is select, and then we'll give options, right? So in the option I need to pass draft, then again pending. So if you are using this in the multiple places, then it will be quite not good idea. So for now we can say in the status we can just call that our class. That's it, post class. So if I refresh here, now you can see draft, published. So what if you want to change the label? So it's very easy. So if I go back to here and I can say implements has label, right? Public function get label, and I can say return for everything it should be str to upper, let's say $this name, right? So it should be capital. So to test it I can say then code, let's say, let me refresh this. You can see draft code, published code. So now I can change the name from here directly. Refresh, perfect, it's draft, it's published, it's okay for me. So the next thing that we need to work is in the parent id, right? So let us go to post model and create a quick relation, public function parent. So its return type will be belongs to, return $this belongs to, it is self class, right? It belongs to itself. So if I go here and my form, and then here I can change it to make it select label required, it's not required first of all. Then I can say relationship, and the name is parent, column is title. That's it. So if I refresh here, okay, it is numeric, my bad, sorry. Refresh, now I can see the select an option. I can use searchable. So okay, remember that we have a type, right? So let's first work on that. We can create a post type enum too. So I can say string case, the first case will be post, the second case will be page, right? I am not doing any else for now. So if I go here back to this, I can make it select, and then in here I can pass options, and then I can say let me say the class name is post status, right? Class, and the default should be, now what I can do is I can just say post status is to draft, sorry, or not post status, it should be post type, my bad. Post. So if I refresh here, you can see post. If I want the page content, then you can see, oh sorry, it should be in capital, page. Okay, so now after this, okay, let's create a post type one. So I'll just try to copy this post, let's see, and then slug will be generated automatically. Okay, then the content, let me just copy all. So okay, right, update or create, it's bold, perfect. So now I have the content too. So I don't want to use this. Okay, comment status we don't care for now. I don't have any type of parent id. So if I will create it, oh my god, I did a big mistake here. It should be nullable. Let me migrate rollback, right? So it should be nullable, perfect. PHP artisan migrate. So if I still try to do it, it will say author id does not have a default value, perfect. So there is no any option like we can add author here, right? So for that we need to go to our create post form, sorry, create post. Here we need to modify that, so meaning that we need to call a function, public function mutate form. So I think it's protected function mutate from data before create. So what I want to do is, the data is the collection of the array of these form fields, right? So here I want to say author ID should be equals to authenticated ID, that's it. And then I can say return dollar data. I will just return that. So let's try. Okay, I think I misspelled it. Let's try. That's it. Now the post is created. Now I can see the post. Currently we can only see here. Of course we will use more things in future, so we can easily see that. So this much for this video. In the next video we'll see how we will be linking between post and category. Thank you guys for watching this.